right, Tom, guys. You guys, voice is all yours from now on, so we reinforce that and keep everybody else quiet. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Cal.
Courtney.
Alrighty, welcome everybody. Welcome to the UFL's first preseason game. My name is Tom Box. I am sitting next to Mr. Darian here, and we are going to be bringing you the play-by-play action between the Bulldogs and the Packers for this first game here. So kickoff is going to be in about 1 minute. The referee has let me know that they are ready. The coin toss has already happened. I apologize for that not getting called, but it does look like the Bulldogs have elected to kick. Looks like we've got the Packers set up in the backfield, getting ready to receive the kick. In the backfield, you've got Mason set up, as well as King Blackheart and Sir Frontis set back to receive. So welcome, Darian. How's it going?
Everything is great, Tom. Man, I'm really excited. It's great to see this game about to start. Uh, Great to see the UFL kicking off on its inaugural season, man. I'm hyped up for not just for this game, but for the entire preseason and what season one's going to bring to us.
Absolutely, the hype is real. Like I'm thoroughly excited. I was really pumped up for the tournament series. Had a blast playing it. I'm ready for some football, man. I've been super pumped. There's a lot of wheels in motion for this. For this whole season to go down. I am thoroughly excited for it. We've got cheerleaders on our left. We got cheerleaders on our right. We got players in front of us. It smells and it looks like football.
It's good to be us right now. I tell you what.
Absolutely.
And I tell you, if the tournament is any indication, man, this season's going to be something really special. For anybody who was unable to watch or attend the tournament games, I recommend you go back and watch that footage because we had some really great games. We had 12 teams, I believe, enter, and it was the Dolphins. It was your team that eventually took the title. And here we go with the kickoff. But let's hope that this game pulls off successfully and brings a lot of excitement and hopefully some new fans to the game.
Absolutely, yeah. The tournament went really well. Towards the end, had some really close games. The second game, before the end, when we played the Bills, I mean that was a nail biter. That was a tough one. So yeah, I agree. The tournament, I think it put a shadow, not a shadow. I'm sorry. It gave us a good visualization of what this season is going to be. So. And
Absolutely.
we've got Nason drops back as quarterback. He's got S. Dot on his left, Steven on his right. Ball.
Yeah, I'm anticipating a really good matchup between these two teams. Bulldogs coming to this season, a lot of their players are experienced, but I think this is their first season together. Um,
And
and
a
the
good
Packers,
quick pass to the middle there. And it is received, and he is still on his feet. Makes it all the way to the 50. That was an amazing pass and catch there, and a great run too. Awesome first play, opening play by the Packers there.
great way to start the drive. The Packers, they're an experienced or a veteran franchise. A lot of personnel changes over the years, but they've really maintained a tightly knit unit over the years. So it's going to be interesting to see what the Packers bring to the field this season and how the Bulldogs adjust.
Absolutely. Kind of looking back on on these two teams' performances back in the tournament. The Bulldogs faced the Panthers, and wow, that was a really the Panthers are a powerhouse team, so that was a tough loss for the Bulldogs. So them coming here to face the Packers, to see what changes they've made. The Patriots faced the Hana Packers as well. They're in round one. With the Packers, taking the loss there as well. Um, so yeah, these two teams are pretty evenly matched. I'm looking forward to a really good game, a really hard fought game.
Yeah, I'm anticipating it's going to be a pretty close matchup. That the Bulldogs game, that first game in the tournament. I've been on the receiving end of losses like that, and I'll tell you, it can either make or break a team. And I think that if the Bulldogs are the team that I think they are, I think they kind of went back from that. They kind of shook that off and went and learned from it. Um, you know, Games like that, can really have a good way of really causing you to focus in on those things that you need to focus in on. That they've had several weeks between that game and this one to work on some things, and I'm going to be real interested to see how they come out on the other end of that, and I anticipate they're going to be a better team for it.
Absolutely. You've always got to keep the idea and the memory of you know a hard loss like that. Playing better teams, even when you do lose, playing better teams makes you a better team. Like, you have to play teams that are better than you in order to get better. I've always believed in that, even back when I actually played, football in real life. We played these harder teams that would just demolish us, but just to get better, because it shows you, it lets you know where those weaknesses are.
Yeah, absolutely. Now on the other side of the ball, like I mentioned earlier, the Packers are a storied franchise. They've been at several times playoff and championship caliber teams. But they've had a lot of personnel changes over the years, and so it's going to be interesting to see how those new players adjust to the culture of the Packers organization, or if maybe the Packers organization, if their culture has changed at all to kind of accommodate new players, new playing styles. So um, it's going to be real interesting to see on their side of the field, what kind of team they're developing into coming into this preseason.
Absolutely, absolutely. Ball is back in play. Not sure what was going on down there. And I want to welcome everybody in Twitch land. Welcome to the stream, guys. Let us know if there's any kind of issues. You guys can't hear us very well, and I'll work with our streamer here and see if we can get those. It looks like the sound is still down for the stream, so let me work on that.
All right, ball is hiked. Nason, well, it was hiked, but we've got a dead ball penalty. I suspect that's going to be a cadence call on the offense. We'll see what the referees come up with. Now, for those of you who are new to Second Life Football and the UFL specifically, um, the rules are very much structured like they are in both college and professional levels, with some variation. Um, One of the rules being is that the offense, the quarterback, has to have a sustained cadence. It has to have a minimum 3-word cadence, and all words have to be heard clearly. If not, then they will get called on a cadence penalty. However, this one looks like it's going to be offsides on the defense. So one of their defensive players crossed the line of scrimmage before the ball was hiked. Well, it said offsides, but looks like the penalty's being tacked on against the Packers. So it probably crossed the line. Well, it may not have been a cadence. I'm sorry. I apologize for that. Somebody on the offense probably crossed the line of scrimmage. All right. So after the penalty, it is going to be second down and 15. for the Packers. The Bulldogs are lining up in a 4-3 defense, and the Packers are lining up in a shotgun 2R, two right formation. They've got two receivers on the right-hand side, two running backs in the backfield. All right, probably some first game jitters there for the Packers. I know the Packers are usually a very disciplined team, so somebody probably just got a little bit eager, stepped up to the line. We've got Nason rolling out to the right now, looking for a receiver downfield, and he's going to get the ball off just in time, but it's going to be overthrown. Intended receiver looked to be Steven Dagin. Sorry, I'm probably butchering your name there. I apologize for that, my friend. That's going to bring up, let me correct myself. That was 1st and 15. This is going to bring up 2nd and 15. Packers again lining up in the shotgun 2R formation, and the Bulldogs sticking with their 4-3 defense.
And I have to say, that is one of the most common defenses that I see teams using. Between the 4-3 and the kind of the prevent, are kind of the two ones that I see, that I see all the time. And I'm getting mixed reports that some are hearing Twitch, some are not hearing Twitch. So, I've kind of recommended the guys just kind of restart their stream, to see if it works back. So Nason drops back. He's going to roll to the right-hand side. He's going to throw in a crossfield pass.
And it's open, just a little bit underthrown. Yeah, that was good call on that play. Just the receiver just kind of overshot his spot there. But he had several steps on the defender there, so we'll see what adjustments the Packers make. Going back to that 4-3 defense, there are several defenses, well, a couple really that are most common, 4-3 being probably the most common. And it comes with a lot of advantages and disadvantages. One of the advantages of a 4-3 defense is that you can get some good outside containment on your quarterback, which is important because if that quarterback gets outside, usually there's a lot of room to run, gives them extra time to connect with his receivers. As Nason, and it looks like he's going back to the same play. Receiver makes an adjustment, but just couldn't adjust in time to the ball. That's going to bring up 4th and 15. Disadvantages of it. Yeah, that
after that reception that brought him back up, and they've got kind of a tough decision now. Do you kick it? Do you go for it? It looks like they are going to go for it. I probably would do the same thing. I'd probably say, let's just go for it. If they turn over the ball right there, they give them pretty good field position, but it's still a lot of green to cover if they turn it over on downs.
Well, sure, it's 4th and 15, but it's a preseason game, so there's no no penalty if you don't get the pickup, but at the same time, it gives you that extra play to try some different things. Packers going deep again and just overthrown. So it's going to bring a change of possession, so the Bulldogs are going to go on offense now. Just to finish my thought on that 4-3 defense, one of the disadvantages of the 4-3 defense is that if your outside containment gets caught, your quarterback, if you have a mobile quarterback, he's going to burn you. He's going to catch a lot of yards. Also, it kind of exposes the middle. A lot of offenses, if they're savvy, will start exploiting that middle of the field there, that short to mid-range passing game, causing the defense to have to adjust and shift personnel. So it looks like the Packers are also lining up in that 4-3 defense, so we'll see what they bring to the table. The Bulldogs are lining up in a shotgun formation, so they've got two receivers on either side with one running back in the backfield.
So Ryder's going to roll out to his right on his snap, and he's going to get sacked. He got in there pretty quick on that sack. Lito's going to grab the sack there. It's going to be a loss of 5 yards, so here we are, 2nd and 15 on the Bulldogs 50. So we got Rhino back at quarterback for the Bulldogs. We got Caden to his right-hand side in that running back position. And for those out in Twitch world, we do apologize. This is the first game of the new setup, so there's going to be some bugs that we're trying to work out. So kind of just stay patient with us. We'll have it all worked out. We do promise that.
Yeah, it's kind of preseason for us on this side of the field too, so we apologize. Please bear with us.
Ryder's going to roll out to his left-hand side. He's running. He's going to go ahead and cross the line of scrimmage. He's going to continue running, and he's going to pick up 7 yards on that run. It's a pretty good run there. He's going to pick up what he lost there on the sack, and then some. He's going to move up the ball just a tad.
Yeah, that's a good pickup. So now instead of 3rd and 3 days, we're looking at 3rd and 8, which is manageable. So
absolutely, yeah. 3rd and 8 is but it's one of those that you have to convert this 3rd and 8. You've got to get it, or you come up with that 4th down situation, and that's when the decision makers have to start deciding. So Ryder's going to step back. Looks like he's going to roll to his right-hand side. He's looking for an open receiver. He's found one. Oh, and it's going to be intercepted by Lito. Lito's going to be making the run. He's at the 50 there, midfield, and he's going to be taken down just shy of the 50-yard line.
Yeah, good heads-up play by Lito there to make himself available for that catch. He just happened to be in the right place at the right time, picked up some good yardage after the interception. It's going to put them at the 48. So very good field position for the Packers, who go right back into that shotgun 2R formation.
Absolutely. It's got the same running backs on his backside. It's got Estada to his left, Steven to his right, Lito and Sir Francis on his right-hand side at the wide receiver position, with King all by himself on the left-hand side. Looks like the Bulldogs are lining back up in that 3-4 position. So Nason's going to roll out to his right-hand side, blocks all day long. He has got plenty of time, and it's going to be complete to Steven. He's making his run. Yeah, I didn't have a uniform pop up there, so it looked like the referee was running a pattern. I'm going, wait a second.
That was just a really good heads-up play by Steven there, running on a 10 and out. It was wide open there. Had to step on his man and picked up some good yards after catch there.
Absolutely. All right, Nason's going to roll out to his left. Oh, he's going to he had a defender get through, and he's going to get tackled by the Irish guy there. I apologize if I call out the wrong name, guys. We're gonna hack names up. It's sometimes it's hard to pronounce what you guys have in there. So I'd like to apologize about that. And it looks like we do have sound in Twitch World. Welcome everybody. Welcome to the UFL preseason matchup between the Bulldogs and the Packers. They open up the preseason game 1. Nason's going to roll out to his left-hand side. There's blocks all day long.
Got a receiver wide open.
And it's just incomplete. Oh, man, that would have been an amazing play there. If he would have been able to connect with that receiver would have grabbed it, he would have been gone.
Absolutely.
All day long. Yeah. My name's Tom Box, guys. I've got Darian here to my right-hand side. And we're going to do our best to bring you the game.
Welcome. Thanks for being patient with us out there in Twitch land.
And we are, I don't know if Nathan's watching, but I'm watching the chat, so if you guys got any questions, comments, go ahead and pop them up there. I'm going to take a look. So it looks like we got a flag on the play. Jared's going to throw the ball incomplete, but it looks like it's going to come back. Let's see what the referees have to say about this one.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be a cadence. Now, normally that would be a dead ball penalty, and that play would have stopped. So I was kind of thinking it was going to be on the defense, but yeah, that's going to be a no cadence, which earlier I was explaining where, there's a very specific way that cadences have to be called, and each word in the cadence has to be heard clearly. Otherwise, the referee is going to call it every time.
And while everything gets set up, I'm going to give a quick shout out to our referees. I've got Razdan down there as our head ref. I've got Pitt down there as well. And there's one more, and I just can't catch him. Can you see him down there, Darian?
I believe it's Tupac out there today.
Oh, no wonder I couldn't see him. Shout out to Tupac there. So it's going to be a no cadence as called out. It's going to be back a repeat of the 4th down. 4th and 17.
Okay. And we got to play stop. So real quick, I'm going to, while we've got a pause in gameplay here, I'm going to talk about the first of our sponsors today, which is Glaze Logo. Glaze is a supplier of a wide range of slink nails for both men and women. No holds barred. If it fits on a nail, we shall do it. From the unusual, wacky styles to the more natural look, including no polished nail appliers, if I can read, we also offer slank hand tattoos. So, we're glad to have Glaze as one of our sponsors. I'm sorry I butchered the read. I promise I'll get it better next time. But it's exciting. We have a lot of new sponsors here with the league, so it's very exciting.
Absolutely. Oh, he's going to get stumbled in the backfield. Let's see if he can recover. He's going to get stumbled again, and he's going to get sacked there by Alexander there. He almost made it through those two stumbles, but they were able to clean that up. That's a tough one now. 4th and 35. Oof.
Yeah.
What you said, what I believe you said 4th in a couple days now.
Yeah. That stumble dance is real too, man. It's. We haven't mentioned the offensive line for the Packers here. We've got Vince Amore, Rocky Baxton, and Victoria on the front line. It's important to recognize the offensive line because, in my opinion, and Tom, I'm pretty sure you're going to agree, if there is a most important position on that field, it's got to be the offensive line when you're on offense.
Of course I'm going to agree. That's where I play.
Well, that aside, looks like we've got another dead ball penalty. But, absolutely. It all starts with that offensive line. They're the ones that are really tasked with buying the quarterback time to go through his progressions, find open receivers, or make the decision to run. If you got to break down that offensive line, it just snowballs downhill from there. So my hat's off and much respect to anybody who plays that offensive line position. Especially when you play up against some of these more beast mode defenses, it can be really frustrating. But
it can make a break. It can definitely make a
absolutely.
break. You let one hole, and it like you just said, it will collapse. Even if I didn't play the line, I would 100% agree with you that the line is one of the most crucial positions. And a lot of people think that I can't be a receiver, I got to get on the line. Oh man, well. The line is because if you can't buy your quarterback some time to throw, what good are receivers?
Absolutely.
So so it looks like they're gonna drop back and punt after that penalty was assessed there. And also, I want to give a shout out to our cheerleaders joining us. We've got cheerleaders on both our left hand, right side, and that is something new. So the kick is going to go. It's going to be off to the right hand side, and it's going to roll back to a touchback. So we didn't have cheerleaders during the tournament, so it's really exciting to see. And a shout out to the fans, to those that have joined the sim. That's a new thing that we didn't have during the tournament as well. We didn't have fans on the field, watching the game and listening to us. It was all done on on stream. So now we've got a stream audience, and we have our our in-person audience here. So welcome to every single front that we have here. We appreciate you guys coming. We appreciate you guys supporting the UFL. We couldn't do it without our fans and without without the people supporting with our sponsors and everything. So thank you.
Absolutely. Offensive line for the Bulldogs, we've got Ethan, George Costa, Alonso Levine, and Rene Jasson for the offense. So it's I don't envy them on the offensive line. You got a more experienced defense in the Packers, so they're really going to have to kind of step up and make those adjustments. Rhino dropping back for days, finally gets the pass off, and it's intercepted again by Cervantes, who's running back. He's at the 15, he's at the 10, he's at the 5.
I thought he was going to make it all the way, but he got taken down there right before. So right at the 5-yard line, fantastic interception. And that's going to be France's second, isn't it?
No, that's his first. The first interception was Lido.
Oh, that's right.
So the Packers with excellent position. They're inside the 5-yard line there. Goal line offense in effect here. Looks like Mason's going to keep it, and he's
going to get taken down by Rhino. Rhino just shot right through. He had a wall. Nason had a wall there on the left hand side with his line running over, but just Rhino was able to just Rhino his way through and get that stop. So, but the thing is, like you said, they've got great field position. So one tackle right there, they still got second, third, and fourth down to go, and they only have 4 yards to move the ball. So.
And I'm sure
so we'll see. So he's going to roll off to his left-hand side again. Oh,
he's got room. He's got a lane. It looks like he's going to go.
And he's going to take it with a touchdown, Packers.
Nice. Excellent job. Nason with the keeper. He had a good wall, great setup. He had a very open lane and just basically
he had all day long to run through on that left-hand side. So we're going to line up for the extra point. So Francis is back for the kick. We've got King Blackheart getting ready to take the ball and place it. Sorry, and it's,
that was barely good.
That was barely, we kind of just dunked that one over the pole there.
I was about to say, red zone offense is a lot tougher than a lot of people might think. You think you're that close to the goal line and can just kind of force it in there, but I mean you're working with a short field.
Yeah, you don't have much to do. Like I don't quarterback, but I've played pickup games as a quarterback, and good receivers, decent quarter. You can throw all the way down, but when you get in that red zone, it's tough.
Absolutely. But the Packers doing a great job getting that open lane, and with 2:32 left in the first quarter, the Packers going to go up 7-0.
And the kick is going to go roll to the right side. It's going to bounce around a little bit, and it's going to go ahead and be a touchback. So the Bulldogs will take over at their own 20-yard line.
All right, let's see how the Bulldogs respond. Their first couple of possessions, they kind of struggled a little bit. Let's see what adjustments they make to buy Rhino some time to make a play. Looks like the Bulldogs are going to line up in that shotgun position with Kawana and Damon on the wideout positions, and Irish Sky Tower there at the slot receiver, the tight end position.
Rhino is going to drop way back.
Makes a completion. Throwing into traffic. Rhino dropped back for days on that one. That kind of always makes me so nervous.
That got me nervous. I had to take a second there and just wait. I mean, I don't know. Was he being pursued? Because I didn't see a heavy rush. I just saw him just rush straight back. And, I mean, he went into the end zone. I was just like, oh, man, that's begging for a safety. I'm looking at the replay here on the stream, and he was not heavily pursued. So I'm not sure exactly why he pushed that far back. But when you push that far back and you throw for a 40-yard completion, and only pick up a certain, small amount of yardage, like that really hurts. Like coming back that far, that's a tough one.
Well, I think in some situations, especially with newer teams, you'll notice that quarterbacks, they may not have that full confidence in their offensive line yet, and that's not a knock against the offensive line. It's just, that the trust between your quarterback and your line, it's got to be there, and it's got to be solid. And if the quarterback gets nervous, they tend to drop back to try and buy that space, that extra time to get a playoff. And what ends up happening a lot of times is, you drop back so far, you may drop back 40 yards for a 5-yard completion because, there's a limit as far as the pass can go.
Absolutely. So we're going to have a dead ball penalty in there. It's going to be a false start on the home team.
Okay.
So, but yeah, I'm right there with you. The confidence level. A lot of the new guys, they just drop straight back instead of, kind of moving left and right and letting their line get their blocks. You turn an amazing 40-yard pass, into a 5-yard gain. So it's like it's one of those. It was a great pass, great catch and everything, but you only picked up 5 yards from that. So, it's one of those things that it's going to come with time. I do, believe.
Yeah, absolutely. The Bulldogs are a new squad together. It's going to take time to build that chemistry, that confidence between quarterback and offensive line. And, let's be honest. It's the first game of the preseason of the first season of the UFL. So there's probably some nerves going on too. A lot of times, especially quarterbacks, I'm sure they kind of get hyped up. They kind of focus on one thing at a time and kind of lose track of where
and
they are
again, he has dropped back almost 40 yards. Oh, and here comes a throw. It's going to be intercepted.
Oh,
that's a tough one. Looks like Jeloni Inglewood gets the interception there. He's tackled by Kawana, and it's now going to be Packers ball again on the Packers 48.
Yeah, frustrating, first few series for the Bulldogs, and that's another danger of dropping back so far. When you drop back so far, it puts a lot of distance between the quarterback and the receiver, and you try to throw those long passes. Defenses have a lot more time to adjust, and I'm talking about the secondary. The ball hangs up in the air for a long time, and it gives them time to adjust and make a play.
Absolutely. So it's going to be a quarterback keep. Oh, he's going to have enough for the
Nice
first
run.
down. Oh, man, an amazing run by Jared there. Fantastic run. He's taking down Kawana. Pickup of 18 yards. I mean, that, again, he had that wall. Just like we saw on the touchdown drive just earlier, he had that wall on the right-hand side, and there was nothing but green jerseys there. So, I mean, just a fantastic pickup by Jared there.
Yeah, I think he's probably kicking himself for not getting that sprint off on time. If he hit that sprint, he'd have been gone.
Oh, absolutely. I just checked out the replay on that one. That was, yeah. So he's going to roll to the left, and he's going to do a handoff. Steven's got the ball. They're moving to the left-hand side. He's
got some blockers.
Oh, and he's going to pick up two, and he's going to take him down by, looks like Nathaniel there.
Yeah, he had some blockers over there, but I think he just kind of separated himself a little bit too far from them, which allowed the Bulldogs to kind of get some penetration in there. But hey, 2 yards forward is 2 yards forward. I'll take it all day.
Absolutely, 2 to 3, here at a time, that'll get you your first down.
Absolutely.
So Jared's going to roll out to his right-hand side. He's got blockers. He's going to cut back to the mid.
Got a receiver.
Wide open man. Oh, and nice. Caught for a touchdown. Jeloni with the touchdown. Beautiful pass there. That was gorgeous. Fantastic route running. He was wide open there in the corner. Jared saw his opportunity, put the ball where it needed to go. Touchdown. You can't get better than that right there on that pass and catch. You can't get better than that.
Absolutely, and we've actually seen that play several times tonight with Nason rolling out to the right, throwing across the field, which normally you don't see. Somebody might want to check Rhino for some performance-enhancing drugs flying on the field there a little bit, but that's going to be a flag on that.
Yep, there's the penalty. Yeah, you cannot fly, and that's one thing that I try not to get used to in pickup games and scrims. Flying back to the balls and stuff like that. That's going to cost them right there. That's
yeah.
These refs, the refs are on it. I'd call the same thing. I ref as well. Oh yeah, wow. I'm sitting on the stream of the fly. I missed it just a second ago. I was looking at something else, but yeah, I just saw him take off in flight. So
yeah, all he needed was a cape and a big red S on his chest. But back to the touchdown play. That crossfield passing is very deceptive. A lot of defenses they get used to flow into the strong side or whatever side the quarterback is rolling to, and if the quarterback is smart, they'll keep an eye on that receiver on the opposite side of the field. A lot of times those defenders will drift out of their zone or just kind of lose track of the receiver that they're covering because they're keeping their eyes on the quarterback and getting ready for him to pass either to that side of the field or run. And if you're not careful, you'll get burned, and I think that's what happened with the Bulldogs there.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. He was, he burned his coverage. His cornerback was a good 5 yards away from him, and just, he was able to put that ball exactly where it needed to be, and those cross fields are tough, and as a receiver, I've received a couple. Played that position a little bit. Catching a crossfield can be a little challenging too because you got that you got to get that right angle, for it, and defending against them, can be the same thing. So looks like Jared's gonna go ahead and make the kick. Looks like he's gonna go right to the center, and he's going to go ahead and bring it out. He's still on his feet, and he's taken down at the 21-yard line. Rhino receives the kick, picked up 26 yards from where he received the ball. So not a bad, forward movement there. So they're going to take over. Let's see if they make any adjustments for these drives here.
And the score with 8 seconds left in the first quarter is Packers 14, Bulldogs scoreless.
So Rhinos in the shotgun formation with Irish on his left, Caden on his right. We've got Damon on his right-hand side and Kawana on his left. It looks like they've got a receiver spot open. And he's going to take the snap, roll to his left. Oh, and Rhino runs actually into the defender to get himself sacked on that one. The sack picked up by Victoria there. It's going to be 2nd and 16 at the Bulldogs 16-yard line. And it's going to be the end of the first quarter. So not a bad first quarter, pretty hard fought. Had a couple turnovers there, from the Bulldogs. So
yeah, a little bit of a slow start for the Bulldogs, but there's a lot of game left to play. We'll see what adjustments they make and what they're able to do.
Rhino's going to draw back, and then he's going to push forward. Oh, he's going to try and get up, but he gets taken down for a loss of 2. But as far as he drops back to get back what he dropped back, I'm going to say that's a good pushback forward, because if he'd have got sacked back there, that would have been that's a tough one. But Rhino gets his yards back from what he dropped back, and it's going to be 3rd and 18 at the Bulldogs 14.
All right, and as the Bulldogs are lining up, let's go ahead and talk about our second sponsor, which is the Tigers Dance Team. The Tigers Dance Team is an elite, one-of-a-kind team that strikes fear, awe, and respect and envy in the heart of the competition across the grid. Never ceasing to amaze a crowd, they bring high-energy talent and fun to every event. Don't miss the rare opportunity. Contact Samantha Monday Lane, a.k.a. SN Dubois resident, or Shay Hardcourt today to book a performance or to join the hottest upcoming dance team in SL, the Tigers Dance Team.
And, just a quick recap on what just happened. Rhino snapped the ball, rolled back pretty far, and he's going to get sacked by Victoria for a loss of 9 yards. So that's going to bring up a punting situation. It's going to be 4th and 27.
4th and a day trip.
Yeah, 4th and a couple sandwiches.
Big hit by Victoria. Victoria Vicious Mueller there. I've had some experience playing with her a couple of seasons back in a different organization. She's come a long way and has really developed as a solid player out there.
Oh, all right, and the punt is off. He's going to... Oh.
Wow, nice.
Wow, yeah.
Nice.
Great punt there.
Pins him inside the 15. Looks like they're going to start at the 14-yard line. And I'm going to take this opportunity real quick to talk about another sponsor. I'm sorry, I'm a little bit behind on our sponsors, and we want to make sure to respect them and get them out there. Geek. Geek is known for its unique and creative accessories and hair, often inspired by my personal interest, nostalgia, and current. 100% all original mesh. Customers can be confident in their shopping experience for originality, and that is Geek. All right, so while we've got a timeout for the home team, so with 7:13 left in the half, the score is still Packers 14, Bulldogs 0. And
I'm gonna go take this timeout moment to step away. I'm gonna grab a quick bottle of water because my throat is like I'm hacking up a storm over here off microphone. So.
All right, yeah. Tom didn't get the memo not to not leave me unsupervised. So.
Oh boy.
So while we're waiting for the game to resume, let's go ahead and talk about another sponsor, which is SL Live. SL Live Radio is your virtual life's #1 radio station in true HD sound quality, offering you the hottest DJs spinning the freshest mixes on grid. SL Live Radio. SL Live Radio, radio for your second life. For information, you can contact Esme Capello or Thorne Ando. That is SL Live Radio. Right. So, awaiting clarification on why the game has stopped. I'm sure the referees are trying to look at something here. Um, but it's been an interesting game so far. The Packers, they've definitely shown that they have some team cohesion, making up words, cohesion. And it looks like they're gelling pretty well together. They've missed a couple of opportunities, but they've capitalized on some big defensive plays and some solid offense. The Bulldogs, they're still in this. From what I've seen, it looks like they just need to make a couple of adjustments on defense, be a little bit more disciplined on their coverage, especially looking out for those cross-field passes. We've seen that several times from the Packers so far. I suspect that with the success that they've had with that play, we'll see it again. So the Bulldogs are going to have to be aware of that, work on getting a little bit more pressure on Nason back there in the backfield. And on offense, they're just going to have to go back to the basics. Rhino back there at the QB position, he's dropping back pretty far, which in and of itself is not necessarily a deal breaker, but you're going to have to look to make some adjustments, some kind of way to get receivers open and make those receptions for positive yardage, or mix it up a little bit and throw some running plays in there to keep your defensive guessing. I've said it before, I think this is still a very interesting game. I'm very interested to see what the Bulldogs do in terms of adjustment. It's worth noting that the Bulldogs appear to be playing one player down. So for those of you at home kind of wondering about that, current league rules specify that you can play with a minimum of 7 players at a time. So right now the 7 out of 9 players are so the Bulldogs are playing with 8 players, which can be a detriment depending on how you adjust. So we'll see how they pull it. Quick pass from Nason to Cervantes. Yeah, nice. I
came back, sat down, saw the snap, saw the quick pass. He didn't have a safety back there. Looks like it's going to be a timeout with a visitor team there. Jared's going to be stepping off the field. Again, for those just joining in, I want to welcome you guys to Game 1 of the UFL preseason. Bulldogs versus the Packers. We are in the second quarter. Okay, yep, that's exactly what was happening. I thought that was happening. So pretty much they took a timeout to teleport a player in. Razen's getting him checked in. So basically, in order to bring in another player, like a crash player or a player that just wasn't on when you started the game, you either have to do it at a possession change or you actually have to take a timeout to do that. So that's what was going on there. So I believe the Bulldogs have burned a timeout as well as the Packers now.
Yeah, that's correct.
And I was assuming the Bulldogs was calling their timeout to bring a player in, but as I came back, it did not look like they filled that spot. I'm definitely still seeing 8 on the field now, so.
Okay, now it looks like, if I'm not mistaken, I think that was actually the Packers that called a timeout. They're the visiting team, right?
Yes. Packers have the visiting team, but the timeout earlier, was it not for the Bulldogs?
I'm not sure. I'm looking for confirmation on that, but it looks like both teams have burned a timeout, so they both have 2 remaining. So going back to that last offensive play, that was a very solid throw and catch there between Nason and Cervantes there. Just that quick slant out, picked up some great yardage there. Throw quick passes like that. go a long way towards throwing your defensive your defensive mindset off balance. They expect to be able to get to their positions, get to their coverage zones real quick. But when your offense starts hitting you with quick pass routes like that, it kind of causes you to panic a little bit if you're not careful.
Yeah, absolutely, and especially with they were playing a man down, so they didn't have a safety on that side. So
right,
that defense was man-to-man coverage, and when you've got that man-to-man, you have to stay on your man, and Sir Francis was able to just to shoot out real fast. It looks like they're doing it again. They're going to go ahead and not put safety in on that side, so it's going to be man-to-man with Sir Francis in there and Kawana. So we've got the standard kind of shotgun they've been running, the two left. Got Estott and Steven as their running backs to his left and right. King and Lito to the left, Sir Francis on their right. He's going to take the ball, he's going to snap, he's going to move to his left-hand side. He's got blocks for days. The throw is going to be out, and it's going to be caught in the middle, and he's going to, looks like, he's going all the way on this one. He's got nothing but Greenfield in front of him, behind him. Touchdown. Second touchdown for Mr. Geloni there. 70 yards. Fantastic touchdown. It's going to bring the score to 20-0. Packers leading the charge. Packers they have come out answering this call. They came ready to play on this one.
Yeah, absolutely. Just a great pass down the middle. Coverage was there. They just couldn't make the adjustment in time. The receiver was actually covered pretty well. He just came back up and made that catch. He said, no, not today. That's my ball. And he took it and took it to the house for 6.
And, they're going to get the extra point, bringing the score to Packers, 21, Bulldogs 0. It is a 3-touchdown game. We still have a lot of ball to play, so it is not over yet, folks. It is definitely not over. We still got halftime. We got some cheerleaders to watch. I don't know about you. That'll pump me up, but, I'm not playing today. That's for tomorrow.
Yeah,
and we don't have cheerleaders. We got to fix that.
I don't know. Y'all just trying to be different. I don't know what that's all about.
And the kick is to the right-hand side. And it's going to bounce and go out for a touchback. So the Bulldogs will take over once again at their 20-yard line. Pretty entertaining their comment there in the Twitch stream. Mr. Fabio with his pigtails with another touchdown.
Uh-oh. All right, so the Bulldogs lining up in a shotgun formation. Empty backfield due to that missing player, so they've got receivers on both the left and right side. Reiner's going to drop back, roll out to his right, look for an open receiver.
Oh, he was very close to stepping out of bounds. He got that ball off right at the last second there before he went out of bounds. So he's trying to pass back over the middle.
Several times today, Rhino has made me hold my breath because he's gotten that ball off, with like a wall of defenders in his face, and about time it looked like he was just about to step out of bounds before he threw that ball. So Rhino,
absolutely. That first drive, man, my heart skipped a beat when he dropped all the way back to the end zone. It was just like,
yes,
dear.
Rhino, please stop trying to give the commentators heart attacks.
So he's going to take the snap back. He's going to drop back again. Oh, and he keeps dropping back. He is being trailed. Throw up the middle, and it's going to be an incomplete. Yeah, you said something earlier that I wanted to comment on. When they're dropping that far back, the quarterback and the ball is dropping back, but the receivers and everybody else is staying within 10 to 15 yards of the line of scrimmage, and we've got a flag on the play with a dead ball penalty. But I'll finish my thought real quick. There's still a lot of players in that 0 to 15 area, from the line of scrimmage to about 10 to 15 yards out. You don't have a lot of separation yet. So it's going to be really tough to be able to get a throw off with all of those defenders. So dropping back that far, I think, is really hurting the Bulldogs right now, because their receivers aren't able to get out and, get those lanes and get those routes ran. Rhino's dropping all the way back as far as he is. I think that's going to be one of the biggest things that's hurting them right now is because you're not letting your receivers get out there.
Yeah. Absolutely. That's a great point. And real quick, looks like that penalty is going to be on the Packers for encroachment, so lining up in that neutral zone or crossing the line of scrimmage there. So break for the Bulldogs. They're going to pick up 5 yards and repeat second down. But yeah, you're absolutely right. And to add to that, as a receiver, that's one of those things that you're going to have to be really aware of. If your quarterback is dropping back that far, you're going to have to be disciplined enough to step up. It's one of the things that receivers don't like to do is they don't like to come back. They don't want to give up yardage in the event of making a play. But when your quarterback drops back that far, his range is limited. So as a receiver, you've got to be disciplined enough to know where your quarterback is and come back up to help him or her, make a play. You may end up catching the ball at the line of scrimmage, and at that point you're going to have to make a play to gain some yardage. But it's better than taking the sack 15, 20 yards downfield.
Absolutely. And his line, and we haven't talked about his line. We've got Ethan there on the left-hand side, defensive end, Alonzo at center, and Renee on the right-hand side. And they're going to go ahead and take the snap back, and he's going to be rushed right now. Victoria's on his heels. He's rolling to the left, going to throw up the middle, and it's going to be intercepted by Steven.
Got one man to beat.
Oh, man, and he's going to get past. Rhino
Nice.
just stood there. Oh, man, Packers with another touchdown. Steven makes it at 25 yards for the touchdown. Oh, nice pick six. Fantastic pick six there.
Yeah, that was beautiful.
And that's got to be kind of hurting with the Bulldogs right now. They've got to be feeling that pressure. I mean, it's a 4-touchdown game now.
Well, it can go either way. If you're the Bulldogs on one side of the coin, yeah, absolutely, you might be getting frustrated. There might be some yelling or we'll say active conversation in their chat. But at the same time, on the other side of the coin there, at this point you might be able to say, well, we're down 4 touchdowns. Let's just go nuts. Let's try some things we haven't tried yet.
Absolutely. I mean, it's still preseason, so we're try some stuff. Have fun. That's one of the biggest things. I try not to get frustrated while playing. If I miss a block, I smack myself around for a second and then just get back in the game and say, well, let's fix it. So, but that pick six, that right there was a fantastic run, fantastic reception, or fantastic interception there. So it's going to be kicked out and it's going to go out of bounds. Bulldogs are going to take back over at their 20-yard line.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't want to see the Bulldogs get frustrated. One thing I would say to them right now is you've already got a team on the other side of the field wanting to beat you up. You don't need to help them.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. It's already you versus them. You don't want to make it them and you versus you because then you're outnumbered 2-1. So
exactly.
Just go out there, have fun, relax, try some crazy stuff, man. You got nothing to lose. It's preseason. You're playing a more veteran team, so try some different things, man. Just make some stuff up on the fly. I'd like to see Rhino running it more. On that interception, he had a lot of room in front of him.
And he's driving back
there.
again. He's Victoria on his heels. He gets blocked, so he's got all day long. See, and he has all day long right now, yet he drops so far.
He's going to kill
goodness.
Nice reception, though.
Absolutely, but that's going to be, that was a 40-yard pass almost, and a pickup of 11. He's got, he can't drop back that far. That I really think that's hurting him dramatically right now because his line had the block. He had it all day long, but yet he kept coming back and kept taking away yards from his receivers. So
yeah.
But this is preseason. This is when you learn things like that. There's some things you can do so much in practice, but when it's game time, you've got that game ball in your hand. It's a different story. So use preseason as a learning experience. Just
Absolutely.
And yeah, I'm with you. I'd love to see Rhino run some more. So Rhino's going to take the snap. He's going to drop back 5, 10, 15, 20, 30.
Monday, Tuesday.
And there's that sack we've been looking that's going to happen. I knew it was going to happen. There it is. He's going to lost like 25 yards. S. Ryder with the sack. 25 yards lost there. It's going to be 2nd and 35 at the Bulldawgs 6-yard line. That's the tough one. I'm really hoping that one kind of wakes Rhino up and says, lets him know that, hey, I don't need to go back that far. Roll to the left, roll to the right. Give your line a chance to get those blocks. But when you drop back, and he didn't have anybody right there on him too, so he just dropped so far back. So now he has to roll to his right. S. in pursuit. Now he's going to run out. Ooh! And he's going to get tackled by Vince there in a loss of 2 yards.
Yeah, he had a lot of room in front of him. I think that's another situation where a player might be kicking themselves for not hitting that sprint. If he'd hit that sprint, he had a lot of room in front of him. He could have made up a lot of that yardage. And one thing I'll say, a lot of times, it might just come down to just habit. If you're used to doing that in practices, then chances are you're going to do that in the game. So hopefully, regardless of the outcome of this game, and hopefully they'll come back and look at this footage and kind of see, from a different perspective, some of the things that they might be doing that they can adjust and make those adjustments prior to their next game. But we still got to, we keep saying that, we still got a lot of ball game to play.
Now he's going to take that run. Oh, he's going to get stumbled. Oh, and it's going to be a fumble. Oh, man, that's... Oh, man, Sir Francis with the recovery of the fumble, puts it in for the touchdown. Packers 34, Bulldogs 0. That's a tough break right there. That's a tough one, man.
That fumble is real.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. We played a pickup the other day, and I think we had 5 fumbles on our side. It was just, God.
Man. Yeah, I just checked Craig's are looking to buy a break in this game right now. That was heartbreaking right there.
Yeah, and he saw that, and I saw Rhino activate the sprint. He had his little pocket, and just, it was like somebody, put some KY jelly on the football and it just pops right out.
I would go with maybe butter, but sure, okay. KY works too.
Allow me to put my halo back on real quick. Hang on.
Yeah. All right. So with 3:16 left in the half, Packers are up 35. Bulldogs still scoreless.
and the live stream, the chat lights up at the mention of KY jelly. and the kid Rhino receives it. And he's going to come out to his 10. He makes it to his 20, and he's still on his feet, taken down at the 21-yard line. Correction, 22-yard line.
Good return out of the end zone by Rhino. Put him past the 20-yard line there. All right. So, the Bulldogs getting ready to line up here, and here we go. Looks like they're trying a little something different. They're running that trips left.
Yep.
Excellent.
Oh, man. The live stream chat. Oh, boy. Bunch of perverts.
Yeah. Good luck with that. like I said, I would have gone with butter, but so I know our audience.
And Rhino's going to drop it. Going to get tackled. Victoria with the tackle again. Loss of 11 yards. She's getting in there.
Yeah, she just shot in from, she came in from that outside linebacker position. Again, going back to the strengths of the 4-3, she's able to get out there wide, beat the offensive line there, and come up with a big loss on the Bulldogs there. Passes up. It's going to fall incomplete. I'm not sure who he saw down there, but that's going to bring up 3rd and 21 on the Bulldogs 11.
That's a tough one when you've got, you're back to the end zone like that. You're dropped back even further, especially if you're, if you're in the habit of dropping back so far when you snap the ball, you don't have that much to go. So it kind of forces you to start moving left and right, because, you bop out of that end zone. I can't even say what is going on in the live stream right now. I don't know about you, but I'm ready to see some cheerleaders. I haven't seen them since CFL season. Ryan's going to take the snap. He's going to roll to his right-hand side. He's got some time. He's in the end zone. Oh, and he almost gets sacked. Oh, and it's another interception.
Intercepted by Cervantes.
Oh, and he's still on his feet. Makes it to the 15-yard line. Correction, 16. Cervantes with another pick. And he, Rhino was kind of rushed on that one. He was getting ready to get sacked there, so he put the ball up, and that's a tough price to pay right there.
Yeah, he had a receiver in the area. Just didn't get it quite high enough. And Cervantes was able to come up with the interception.
Oh, it's like a sneaky little handoff there. That got me. I'm still focusing on Jared, and there's that handoff going out. So a nice little handoff there to Nathan. He picks up 6 yards. It's gonna be 2nd and 4 on the Packers' 9-yard line. Great field position for the Packers. They got 2 minutes to go to work. 9 yards. I see another touchdown before this half is over.
We'll see. I'm sure they're doing the no fumble dance in their huddles too.
Oh, absolutely. And it's going to be another handoff to the middle. Oh, and he's going to make it. Where'd he go?
Well, okay, we've got a dead ball penalty on that. Might be a cadence call. Let's see what the refs come up with.
I know I saw the handoff, but after that, I wasn't sure what happened. Then I looked down at my chat, and so we got a dead ball penalty here. Ref is going to come out on the field. It's going to be an offsides call on the away team. So offside on the Packers there. Yeah. Probably getting a little too anxious, a little too in a hurry.
Mm-hmm. All right. And while we're waiting for the play to resume, let me talk about another one of our great sponsors here, Blueberry. Blueberry is an original clothing store for women made by a woman with a passion for art. So check out Blueberry's line of clothing. I've seen her work, and it's really fantastic. So, ladies, look her up.
Oh, absolutely. I've seen a good bit of her stuff, and right before this game, I said a quick hello to her. She was working on something, in the super secret squirrel lab, that these guys use. So we just need more men's designs. Like that's man. I'm getting tired of buying suits.
Look, all right, you already took your first step with KY. Don't give. just don't.
So Jared's gonna hand the ball off to the left-hand side, and he's
just gonna walk right in.
Yep. Just kind of strolls it out on in there. So it's going to be a touchdown for the Packers. It's going to bring it to 41-0, 42 pending on this kick here.
Yeah, Packers doing it on the ground that time. Running an option type offense, which if you time it right, can be really effective. One of the advantages of a running game, if you pull it off correctly, is that delay time between the possession circle switching from from one ball carrier to the other can throw a defense off, and I think that's what we saw there. The Bulldogs were spying on the QB. They rolled to the side he was going on and just didn't catch that possession circle switch before Cervantes was able to break through and walk it out for the score.
Absolutely, and again, we bring up close, lack of close, and KY, and Twitch chat goes nuts.
I'm sorry, I said Cervantes. That was S-Dot with the carry there for 6. So let me make sure I gave him credit for that.
And gonna bounce out. Gonna be another touchback, starting back on the 20-yard line. And Kimmy, Here in the live stream or in the Twitch chat, I don't think anybody wants to see me just in a pair of boxers, so I'm just gonna go ahead and nip that in the bud right there.
All right, I need to know what is going on in Twitch right now. I haven't looked yet.
So Rhino's going to line up in the shotgun formation. The missing man is going to be his right side. Kawana and Irish on his left. Got Damon and Caden on his right-hand side.
All right. With a minute 44 left, we've got the Packers up 42, Bulldawgs 0.
I'm not going to repeat what Yancey said.
Good Lord. Well, you're definitely selling the Twitch stream tonight, I'm sure, because everybody's going like, what the hell are they saying over there on Twitch?
Yeah. I mean, our fans, the fans are shouting it out, and it could be a distance thing, so I don't see anything. So Rhino's going to take the snap. He's going to roll back and to the right-hand side. He's going to be pursued and gets the ball off. He's going to, I don't know if
throw it out.
Throw away, yeah.
All right. Let's see what the Bulldogs do. You're kind of getting you're definitely in 4-down territory now. So let's see what the Bulldogs do here to try and gain some momentum going into halftime here. Rhino, heavy pursuit. Oh, very lucky that wasn't intercepted. Yeah.
Yeah. And that's one thing you do not want to do right now. You do not want to give the ball back to the Packers with time on the board before the second half in this great field position, because I know if it's me on the other side and we get the ball, it's one of those, we are pushing as hard as we can to get back in that end zone before the time is up. So the one thing that Rhino has to really concentrate right now on is not giving that ball away.
Absolutely.
Keep it on the ground, as much as you can, and just try and get back up the field, but just do not give that ball away.
Absolutely. On the last play, he had a receiver on the sideline. If he could have just gotten the ball a little bit higher over that defender, which I've given the offensive line credit. I've got to give anybody who plays quarterback a lot of credit too. It was so hard to be accurate with that pass. I've tried it once, and let's just say there's a reason why I don't play quarterback. If we got a dead ball penalty, let's see what's going on here. But yeah, it's hard enough to be accurate. Even if the quarterback was able to just stand there and not worry about the defense coming in, getting the arc of the ball and the spot where you want the ball to go to is so hard. Never mind not to mention when you've got a team just wanting to put your head in the dirt, trying to run on the fly and see downfield. For those people who aren't familiar with the quarterback position, it's one of those positions where you have to go in the first-person view to throw the ball. So going from third-person perspective to first-person perspective and trying to keep track of your receivers and know where your defenders are, it's a lot to process, and it's a very challenging position. So, I have nothing but respect for Rhino and anybody who plays that position. Oh, Rhino again trying to give me a heart attack, and it's going to be picked off for Cervantes. I believe that's going to be his third of the night.
Interception we were talking about.
Fumble!
Oh, it's a fumble, and it's recovered by Kawana. Did she get it out of bounds? Yep. Okay, no, she gets the tackle. There we go. So Cervantes takes it. Kawana gets the tackle.
Well, all right, so... Yeah, okay. Okay. Yeah, so shot confused me. Kind of addled in my old age. So Cervantes fumbled and recovered, and then was tackled by Kawana. Okay. All right, so tough break again for the Bulldogs, given that interception here, putting the Packers inside the red zone here with 1:09 left to play in the half. It's got some receivers, and wow. Excellent pass. Steven coming in with the 18-yard touchdown pass, threw into coverage, threw into traffic, and Steven was able to come away with that score. Uh, so good on the Packers there for capitalizing on that turnover. And that's going to put the score with 1:02 left in the half at the Packers, pending the extra point. It's going to be, looks like it's good. So with a minute left in the half, rather, there's going to be Packers 49. I'm sorry, Packers 49, Bulldogs 0, with a minute left to go in half.
Yeah, and I was talking about it earlier. You can't get that ball away. You just can't do it because they're going to hard that. The Packers are on a hard charge right now. They are. They're pushing forward and trying to get that. Trying to get numbers on the board, and you give them the ball again, especially with that momentum that they've got throughout this first half. And and exactly what I said to happen if they got the ball, they put it in for a touchdown.
When I hear you typing out loud, I just know something's going down in Twitch, so I'm not even going to ask. That's the first time I've heard you pounding on the keys like that, so something really must be going on.
Well, the laptop keyboard is silent, but this is I've got a primary computer sitting behind me that I've got the Twitch stream loaded on watching.
Okay.
So.
Okay. All right. So the ball is going to go in and out of the end zone, so that is going to put the ball at the 20-yard line. With 52 seconds left in the half. So if you're the Bulldogs right now, it's time to play some hug it, check it football, man. Just send your receivers downfield, throw it up, go for some of that jump off football, see what you can come down with before the half. Uh-oh. I think Twitch killed Tom. He's so quiet over there.
I was actually fixing my vaporizer here so I could have a couple pulls off my vape here.
All right, and that's going to be a dead ball penalty, I believe. I saw a delay of game go up there. If it stands. If not, then that's going to be a 12-yard loss with another sack by Victoria. Yeah, and there's the referee timeout there. So looks like the refs are going to look at that. It's probably going to come back, and the ball is going to be placed back at the 15 after the 5-yard penalty is assessed, and that's going to bring up first and 15. First and 15 from the 15. All right, and there's confirmation from Raston, delay of game. It should be a 5-yard penalty, repeat of the down. All right, and while we're waiting for the play to resume, we have one more announcement before halftime, and that's going to be A&A Designs featuring Diamante. Are you looking for that special piece of jewelry? Whether it's elegant or trendy, formal or for a wedding, come along to Diamante, A&A's very own jewelry line, and see what we have for you. Or if you're looking for sleek enhancement add-ons, we carry a wide range of nails and shoes that will complete any outfit. That's A&A Designs.
Rhino's going to draw back. He's only got one pursuer there and gets the ball off. Oh! And it's going to be picked up, intercepted by Steven. And the the Packers are going to take back over the ball at the 28-yard line. Excellent field position. They've got a little bit, they've got some clock to work with. Man, this is dangerous.
Yeah, and I'll give it to the Bulldogs. I mean, they're not backing down. They're still sticking to the game plan. But at this point in the game, I think you kind of just maybe run the clock down, go into halftime, regroup, recover, talk about what you saw out there, and do some different things. But hats off to them, man. They're definitely Bulldogs. They're in this fight.
Absolutely. Jared's going to roll to his left-hand side. He has got plenty of time to throw, and he's got the corner, man, and it's a caught. Oh, and it's going to be
Nice.
taken down. Oh man, and this is when you do that rush offense. You got to get it up there, get everybody in play, and keep going with that momentum. But the Packers, man, they've got that forward momentum right now. You know, they get the ball and they are just driving up the field relentlessly.
Yeah, that was a great heads-up play by Leo. I think he kind of surprised himself with that catch because it looked like he kept running back towards
He did.
towards the QB.
Jason
I
over
don't
to the
think he
right,
really
and the corner
caught it.
pass, and it's gonna be caught. Lita with the touchdown. Packers 55, Bulldogs 0. And that was one of those quick corner plays that you've got as a cornerback. You have to work those plays. Like you've got to know the corner's coming. You know, when it's right there, you've got to be able to just sprint off of that angle. Oh, and a flob of a kick there. Kick is going to be no good. It's going to leave the score at 55-0.
Yeah, the struggle was real with that power meter. Just not enough force on that ball. Really the first misstep for the Packers I think we've seen tonight. But, you know, it's not really going to hurt them going into halftime. You know, they're probably picking on them right now, and they'll have their laugh, and that'll be the end of it. But great capitalization again on the turnover. Packers able to score on that. So with 3 seconds left in the half, the Packers are going to go up 55. Bulldogs at score at 0 still.
Absolutely. And a question was just popped up in the stream that I can actually say. You know, it was asked if the mercy rule is going to be in effect, and I'm not 100% certain on the mercy rule if it's active right now or will be active.
All right. So technically, a team has to be up by 56 points.
Okay, so 56.
For the mercy rule to go into effect. So, you know, the Packers are at 55, so they're not quite there yet. I don't know what provision might be in the rules for referees to enact that at their discretion, but I believe the rule states that a team has to be up by 56 points in order for the mercy rule to go into effect. And for those of you who may not be familiar with the mercy rule, league rules state that if one team goes up on another by 56 points or more, we go into what's called mercy rules, which basically says that there are no timeouts are allowed. The clock will continue to run regardless of everything except, I think, stepping out of bounds doesn't stop the clock. So
yep.
The clock
stops the clock. Not even the referee can stop the clock for a penalty. So when a referee comes on the field to call a penalty, the clock is still going.
Right,
So,
I think it's just the play
that.
clock is. Yeah, I think it's just the play clock that's affected. The only thing that can really stop the clock from running is if the other team closes the gap and comes back under that 55-point differential. So
Absolutely.
Or 56-point differential. But you know, with the Packers missing that extra point, the mercy rule I do not believe is going to go into effect when we start the second half. All right, kick is up.
Kick is away. It's going to be short right there in the center. It's going to be picked up by the Irish guy. He's going to be making his move, rolls to the center, and he's going to get taken down. That's going to be halftime. Packers 55, Bulldogs 0 as we enter halftime, and it's my favorite part of the game when I'm not playing. You know, cheers coming out.
I don't know. You sure it's not the second? You've been having a great time with the Twitch crew over there. So
I am enjoying it. You know, I'm a Twitch streamer. I love twitching. I love interacting with my stream that's popping in. So that's one thing that I just really enjoy doing. So yeah, I'm having a blast.
Oh, yeah.
You know, interacting with our Twitch our Twitch crew.
absolutely, it adds a great dynamic to the games to have that real time interaction. As long as you keep away from KY and stuff like that. Yeah, it's really fantastic, and it's really great to see the league, you know, kind of reaching out and offering different ways for fans to enjoy what the UFL has to offer in terms of viewing games and interacting and having a good time. I think